Okay, a quick demonstration about adding some color to these markers, to these cylinder shapes. Cylinder shapes are about the same principle as with square shapes, and that is basically that the surfaces that are perpendicular to the light source will catch the most light. Horizontal surfaces will also catch more light than vertical surfaces. Generally, we will say that the vertical surfaces will be your pure color, in this case red. So that will start about here, and then we just want to create a gradient through to grey in the shadow side. So just a little bit of theory. You can see on the light direction, if we draw a perpendicular tangent line through here, that the shadow in this standing cylinder is going to start, the shadow side of this cylinder would be just about here. So then you know that the shadow is starting here. This is generally called the terminator. That's the line where light turns to shadow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a shadow on the shadow side of this standing cylinder. On this horizontal cylinder, it's the same thing. I can divide this way, and I can see that it's quite low. The top half of this cylinder will be mostly light, and we'll have just a little bit of grey here. Okay, well, I know with the 4 neutral grey is a good tone for my for this red, so I'm just going to start by drawing a little edge here, and then I'm going to draw some lines down here this way. So you can see it's already getting some volume. I'm going to keep a little bit of space open because I want the middle tone to be red. I might actually, it's always good just to put a little bit of shadow on this edge. That helps with the gradient. Okay, then I get my red and I just go over the red. Over the grey. And I want to go just a little bit past the halfway line, and on this side and I'll just put a little edge here. Oops. Try to keep that straight. And this I'll just keep open. I'm going to use the back edge of this and try and put a little bit of colour on this back edge. Something like that. Okay, so basically that's the same theory. The same theory would go for this one. So I'm going to just put some grey here, a little bit higher, maybe just to try and define which ellipse I'm going to use for my edge, and a little bit here to try and accentuate that roundness so that the red gets a bit darker as it goes over that edge. So then I'm going to long lines from edge to edge, and same. Now I can see I've forgotten something. This edge, this side surface, is a vertical surface in the shadow. So that means this is going to have a grey colour underneath the red. So I'm just, it's basically, it's a just like the shadow side of a cube, a rectangular prism. So nice grey tint. I'll just try and keep this line straight, and then I'm going to go over with red. Just on that edge. Okay, next step is to put some chalk. In this case, well, I'll just have a piece of paper here. Scrape it off. Try not to get too many lumps in it. And take your tissue, your cotton wool, make it quite broad, and then just in broad strokes of form. Perpendicular to the light source will be a light around about here, so I'm going to just try to accentuate that gradient. At the top here is red. I'm going to try and get the light more gradient darker at this front edge, and here. And I'll let the back off there a bit. Again, you can improve on this by working with your chalk for a while. Now I'm going to just put a highlight with a piece of paper and an eraser. So just rub off a line here. You can see it should stay straight. And I'll rub off a line here just to get it a little bit brighter. That will give it a bit more of a glossy effect if there's a hard edge on it. And then I can just rub out any chalk that's gone off of the edges. Okay, so that's a simple standing and a lying cylinder in colour.